thanks for joining us, Francine and Georgia. So I've seen you on video before and this, many times now. So it's really, really nice to meet you in person. So just want to say, first of all, thank you, Francine, for being one of our mentors and volunteering your time. Mm-hmm. And so maybe I could just ask you a couple of questions, like why did you join Big Brothers Big Sisters? How did you hear about us, and why did you put your hand up?
When my daughter left for university back, whenever that, 12 years ago, I thought I had more time on my hands. So I thought, what could I do to give back? And I love children, and so I had read about it or heard an advert on the radio. So I just inquired, and it went from there.
Yeah.
And it was like I did the training night, and then within a short time I had my first match. Georgia was my second one. She just left Nelson, so I went on to Georgia.
Oh, right.
And I just loved it.
Yeah. Did you have any thoughts beforehand of what it would be like or what you would need to do? And did it turn out the way you thought it did? Or?
Well, I didn't know anyone that was a mentor. So I just did a lot of reading and went along to the training night, and just, great support from the mentoring coordinator at that time.
Right.
She gave me heaps of info, and it's just like I thought it would be, yeah.
Well, and you've been together like 5 years on the program, and now in a relationship, friendship for over 8 years now, as I understand.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what sort of things did you do together?
We tried probably nearly every coffee shop in town. And it was, went to the Sounds, took Archie for a walk, a dog, or...
Yeah, in the initial period, you do the 3 months, is it?
Right.
Where you don't come to the home. That's where we spent trying all the coffee shops and
just hanging out,
taking the dog to the park and things like that.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't wait to have that day where Georgia could start coming home, because I knew already that we had so much in common that we could do at home. Like, it was like minimum 1 to 4 hours. She would just come for the day.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bake and made so many cakes.
She would always take home baking, and my husband played quite a big part as well outside, didn't he?
Yeah.
Just we just did lots. We've got a big area of grounds, so that's where she learned to drive and things like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And what was it like for you? Like, what was your experience if you were to share your experience with other mentors who are thinking about, other people who are thinking about being a mentor? How would you describe the whole experience?
Well, to be honest, my first match was an eye-opener, because, we live in quite a little sheltered kind of... I didn't realise that kids went through how some children lived. I came away from my first visit to the home, blown away that children can actually be brought up in an environment like that. So I found it a real challenge to teach them some life skills. And I just got so much out of that, and how they just... even now, just the thank yous and that we get from what we've taught them and things like that, yeah.
Yeah. And you were 12 or 13 when you were matched with Francine.
Yeah.
And what would life have been like if you didn't meet Francine? If you didn't have Francine as a mentor, you think?
Very, very different. I think I would definitely be lost in life in general. It's taught me so much about just the basic skills in life. No doubt I'd probably be a very troubled, naughty kid, probably still in that now. It has definitely made me an adult, which I think I'd still be considered a little delinquent teen now if I wasn't in the program.
Right.
It's been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely didn't see my life turning out this way if I wasn't in it.
So what did Francine do that help you take, a different path to what might have been?
I think it was a lot of like getting to be one-on-one with someone. I had an older brother and a little sister, didn't get a lot of that. And just having someone that was solely there for me, and I didn't have to share any of that. I did at times, like, you know, she's definitely part of my family with my siblings. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So just, I mean, turning up
It's
every
just-
week, someone
yeah.
being there for you,
Someone not
cheering
giving
you
up.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she never gave up on me.
Right.
I think if I was in her boat, I probably would have. I was probably not the easiest person to mentor in the beginning. I was very secluded, very shy, held back a bit. But yeah, she taught me just, yeah, like things like how to cook. I loved cooking as a kid, but just didn't. I only got to cook what I knew how to cook, so like expanded that so much. And she's an amazing cook and baker and everything, so I learned a lot of that, which even has helped me with my current job. I do cooking in the kitchen and stuff, and it's helped in having a little bit of knowledge in that, but also, like, you know, as I said in last time we were on video, like how to like properly clean clothes, just little things like that, and just how to be a, you know, good person in society, how to treat people nicely. Just seeing how she does that, she didn't even have to tell me how to do it. I just had to watch her and I learned.
Yeah.
So it was
I
very
remember
good.
when you aged out of the program when you were 18 and you wanted to bake cupcakes for the office.
Oh, that's right.
And you brought them in.
I was so stoked.
And look at you now, like, you know, confident, baking,
Yeah.
just an amazing young lady. And I remember you saying when you came in that day that you didn't know where you would have been if you didn't have Francine in your life, and it could have very well been, we're based at the police station.
Yeah. I could have been on
you
the
know.
other side of that station.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
pretty incredible, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely growing up, I did not see my life turning out this way at all. And Francine, and not only Francine, but her whole family played a very big part in that.
Yeah. Wow.
I just remember, like, it's just little things. Like, I remember one of the first times Georgia came out where she could, and we had dinner, like setting a dinner table. Like, they'd never sat round a table. It was just plates on knee in front of the TV. And like, that was one of the special things that we always did when Georgia came out. We had a family meal because she just got so much out of sitting around a table and chatting and things like that. And I was just thinking about what Georgia said about when I first came into her life, that I think one of the most important things as a mentor is you could be the only like solid person in their life. So for me, if I said I was going to be there at 1 o'clock on a Saturday, I was there at 1 o'clock on a Saturday. You just can't let them down.
Right.
Because that's all they might have. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What Georgia, what would you say to, like when I talk to mentors when they've been matched early on, especially with a younger child, and that mentors pretty much always say, I'm not sure if I'm making a difference in this young person's life, in this child's life. What would you say to a mentor to let them know that maybe they are?
I'd say never doubt your, like, just being there. Like, you know, if it's a young kid, they may not express how home life is or how school life is. Like, you don't fully always know going into it what their situation's like. Just having someone there is a lot to them. Me personally, it was, as I've said, having someone there regularly, seeing them every week, was enough for me to know that, like, it's changing. And then, you know, my little sister, who is like 8 years younger than me, so she was little when she started the program. She was, you know, she's always been bubbly, but she had her own stuff going on. And she was never very, like, verbal about that kind of thing, but you could just, coming home, when she'd come home from being with her big sister, you could just see the difference in her from when she left.
Right.
Like, she'd just be happy for hours, just playing, and it's just like, never doubt your presence. Like, you don't have to, go out, do the whole physical like thing. You don't have to go out, spend like some money to make them happy.
Right.
It's just your time and just talking with them, knowing that you're there is like more than enough. Like, when we were just going to coffee shops or walking along the beach and all that stuff, that was enough for me. I didn't expect any more than that.
But as time went on, though, you were just quite happy hanging out at home.
I loved it.
You
Just
got
like go
into, you
chilling.
got into card making. And
Yeah, made cards for everyone on their birthdays, like just doing things like arts and craft. Loved it. Loved drawing. And then when you can take them to the home, like, just doing baking and cooking and sitting down, talking, going outside, kick the ball in summer. Just little things like that make a bigger difference than I think someone could actually know until they're in that position.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. We really promote that mentoring. It's a simple concept, not always easy, but it's a simple concept, and it's just being there, consistency, turning up every week, and you've just reinforced all that. So thank you for sharing that.
and then when the time came that she was able to stay a night, well, that was like next level excitement. Yeah, we planned. I can't even remember what we did, but then we
I think
got.
one of the first times we watched Mamma Mia.
Oh, that's right.
We just love Mamma Mia.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I never slept in like a queen bed on my own.
That's right.
before.
And that's
I was
right.
so stoked.
Yeah. Nice bedding, and
Yeah.
I brought her a dressing gown and all that sort of
Room to
thing.
Like a
myself.
girls'
Yeah.
pajama party.
Yes.
Yeah,
Everything's so
room to
different,
myself.
right? Yeah.
It's just like, oh my goodness.
Because you've had a lot of challenges, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Growing up, I shared a room with my sister for the majority of her life. She came into the party when I was 8, so once, we just ended up sharing a room. So it was like nice to have that like casual time by myself and like have my own room and not. Yeah, it was definitely good. Just every step of the way, it changed.
And I think what we, as Georgia, aged, got older, we sort of sit down and make goals and plans and things like that, because, dance was really important. So if she couldn't get there, we made a point of taking her there. When she was at NMIT doing a barista course, we made sure that she got there just so she could gain those skills to get on with life, sort of thing.
So you've really been on a life journey together, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And how would you describe your friendship now? Because you're now out of the program, because once you turn 18, you exit the program. But of course, your friendship still remains. I mean, how would you describe your friendship now?
I'm always introduced to new people as the other daughter. So I see myself as part of the family, I guess. Having older siblings, being the baby for once. I've never been the baby. So it's, but even like, her children's partners, like everyone is so welcoming. Tomo is just like the other dad. He's he's pretty cool. He's fun. He's definitely the Joker. But yeah, I definitely see myself as part of the family. Like, they have family dinners quite often. I'm always invited to them. When they go down the sounds or like go on little trips, invited.
Weddings?
Weddings.
And you're an auntie?
And if any of them fall pregnant, I'm always there. I was like, hey, Auntie Jean. I'm like, what? Okay. So like, being introduced as an auntie, being involved in the weddings, the birthdays, Christmas, always welcome around on Christmas, which is a lot of fun. I love every part of it. It's being in the Thompson family.
Yeah, and we always keep in touch. I mean, now that Georgia's working and in town, and I mean, we may not see each other as much, but we're definitely in touch. And if there's anything happening that involves family, she's always invited. And, you know, and then you just contacted me just out of the blue last week and turned up at home, and she knows she's always there if she needs us. Yeah, when she's making her move to Christchurch next year, we're going down the week later and
Bringing some stuff down.
yeah,
Cool.
so
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing story. Well, thank you for sharing. We also talk to businesses about sponsoring us and providing support to us so we can make more matches. So it's always we try and get across the value for a business to support us, to support the community and support young people. Well, not to put you on the spot, but what would you say to a business to say, get behind this program because it's important and it helps young people? Would you?
I don't see why you wouldn't. You're helping the future generation that is, going to be left in the country, looking after the community, the country after everything's gone. You want your future generation to be strong, well-minded people. And this program helps with that, with the mentors that come along to kids, and I don't see a downside in it, to be honest. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Why not?
And I think
What have
too,
you got to lose?
there's more and more children that are needing this kind of support. And when we're in business, we're actually a cornerstone sponsor. So that was one of the other reasons I heard about it as well, actually, now that I think about it. And I just think it's such a valuable organisation to be part of.
Right.
So
So as a coming from a business perspective, then, like what would you see as a value for a business to sponsor or support a match with Big Brothers Big Sisters? Like what's the return to that business? I mean, why should they or why would they do that?
we're just helping young people that they're not all necessarily at risk, I know that, but I find this one hard to answer. I just can't think right in the moment.
Sorry to put you on
Yeah.
the spot.
But, I mean, I know what I'm thinking in my mind, but
It's like the social good, isn't it? Yeah. Community and that.
yeah, it's
Being
being part of the
belonging.
community, and it is a community project, and I recall going to the big auctions every year, you know, and I thought, it's just amazing, just the support behind it, and all the sponsors were there, and
Yeah.
So I can just really see the richness of your relationship, and I always have. I can't get over what, that relationship's meant for Georgia and what you've done, but also I can see what it's meant for you in your own life as well. It's really, really special to witness. Making that match is so imperative, and getting that right match at the beginning, and that's something that Big Brothers Big Sisters takes a lot of time, thought and effort into, but you can see the likeness and what you enjoy doing together, and how simple that's been. It's not a complex thing, is it, mentoring, but how valuable that's been, and I'm sure for you as well, that giving back to the community and spending that time with Georgia has been really valuable for you too.
definitely,
Yeah.
yeah, we really care about her, and we've just got so much. I mean, I've just got so much out of it over the years, and there's been like lots of stages. And when I said that I was wanting another match, I was quite keen to take on a teenager. And I just liked the challenge of helping them through the teenage years. And I mean, good on Georgia too, because she was happy to take it all on what we wanted to do. So it's a two-way partnership.
Well, the journey through, teenage years is challenging at the best of times, right? And it's just really nice to have someone in your corner, isn't it? And cheering you on and being there, I think, is the value of the program. and what you provide.
And time, right? I mean, because
Yeah.
you've grown up with your dad, and so having Francine be that really positive, female role model, and Dad's been busy trying to, working really hard,
Yeah.
and it's been a lot for you, and helping out with your sister and everything,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been good. And as you said, dance was a big part back then, and even just like, they Francine and Mike, they both came to like all my shows.
Right.
No matter what. Sometimes
Right.
even have a little like package, and if they knew I was going down running down the aisle at the end, I'd like hand it off, and I'm just like
So
yeah.
you knew they were there
I knew
cheering
I
you
was
on.
there.
We were always
Yeah.
there. We
Yeah.
just loved it.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
It
It's
was
good.
such fun.
Yeah.
Your own special cheerleaders
Yeah. Definitely.
in life.
Definitely.
And we helped. When she got to the age of driving, that was our next goal because I think having children of my own was very important that the children got their license, because if they go off and go to uni, or they just don't get round to getting it. So we knew that it would give her so much independence if she gained her license.
Right.
Big brother, big sister was also part of that.
Yes, they were.
Amy, who was working here.
Yeah.
She was there the day I got my learners.
Right.
Like everyone was part of that. They were just all encouraging me on, which actually this year I got my full.
All
So
right.
I was pretty exciting. It was definitely a long time coming.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
people.
they got you some lessons through Big Brothers. Yes.
Yeah, do we contribute towards the test? I can't remember
Yeah,
exactly.
I think
it was,
so.
It was the driving lessons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was driving
So-
lessons, and also had a couple of other people in my backcourt who helped with the original, like going to get my learners, because I didn't go for it because I just couldn't afford it on my own, and
Right.
had some people jump in and be like, oh, if you do it and you pass, we'll pay for it, and I was like,
And
it's
that's
just
the-
having people like that.
That's the value of having sponsors, going back to that, having some funding to provide those sorts of things.
Right.
Those key life
That is
skills.
really special. Even we always made the most of going when they offered the Theatre Royal shows, that sort of thing. That was like a big night out.
Yeah.
that
And
was
those
fun.
kids don't get to do that.
Right. So,
So
just
having,
have different.
having that backing
yeah.
of funding to be able to provide the kids with those sorts of things.
Yeah. Just
is
different
a
life
fantastic-
experiences
yes.
and provide
Yeah.
that.
Youth Theatre provided those tickets, and we've now got 2 young men that have been lead actors
Oh,
in the
wow.
shows because they went along with their mentors to watch and just loved it, and then talked to their mentors about it, and they've now become
Wow.
actors
So
from
cool.
it. So again, that's another real key life skill, It's just kind of opening up that window of opportunity for you,
Exactly.
things that you might not normally experience.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever been to a theatre show.
You hadn't. We really enjoyed it, didn't
Yeah, it was so fun. Yeah, we went to Mamma Mia. I think we went to the Mamma Mia one.
we? Yes, we did.
Yeah,
we
that
did.
was the best one.
Yeah. So that's really an advantage to have that funding, even to provide her with some lessons. To have that, like just in the background.
Yeah.
Got so many things that you can offer the world now, don't you?
Love to.
She
what's-
has indeed.
And what's the plan when you move to Christchurch? What's the bigger picture?
Growing up, like when I first met Francine, going to school was such a struggle. I hated school, to say the least. I did not like it. It was not for me at all. So I struggled all through school.
But you had a lot
Yeah.
going on at home.
Yeah, barely passing, and dropping out after year 12. So not doing that final year. But I went to NMIT and studied something that I wanted to study, which changed for me. I struggled with being at school and doing stuff like being told what to do, pretty much told what to study. I struggled with that. But having that freedom of being able to pick what I want to do really changed something, I think, in me, which, like, going to Christchurch, moving to Christchurch alone is going to be massive and a big step for me. It's something I've dreamt of doing since I was little, just moving away. But it's also, I want to study, which is something, again, that I never had growing up. So, like, I'm going through my mind, like, what do I want to do? Do I want to do nursing? Do I want to be a police officer? Do I, want to do something with kids, or do I want to go work on cars? Like, it's opened up this big world on, like, I can pick what I want to do. And I'm so excited for that, which I was hoping to have, like, sorted that out, but I'm too indecisive. I haven't picked. So at this stage, I'm going down and working.
That's what we thought.
And
Yeah.
just going to
Take some space
Exploring.
and
explore.
find your feet. I mean,
Be
it's a
an
big
adult.
move. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think if you asked a lot of us at 21 what we wanted to do, I mean, we might have had plans, but I can tell you my plans didn't work out the way I thought it would.
Yeah.
And so I think it's about exploring. Like, I would really encourage young people to explore as much as they can, because it takes a while to work out what you actually want to do in life, and there's no hurry, right?
No.
We'll do
Definitely
Oyster, really. Isn't it?
Definitely
But
no hurry.
I guess so. Am I correct in saying that having Francine, cheering you on and supporting you, sort of gives you the confidence and the courage to go out there in the world and
Definitely.
explore and do these things that you're,
Yeah.
this new part of your journey that you're embarking on now?
Yeah, definitely. I've seen her kids, like, grow and, get into relationships and go do the jobs they want to do. And obviously, Francine and Mike have been a big part of their accomplishments, I think they'd say. So just even watching how she's brought up her kids and seeing how they've gone out, like, they're all so successful people. And I've just seen that, and that's how, like, it's just like I've just taken that on board and watched, and I'm just know that I always have the backup and the support from the whole family. It's definitely made my decisions on what I do, is watching how she's, like, parented her kids, taking it on board
Thank you.
and all that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what a great story.
Amazing,
Thank you for sharing your journey.
Oh, there's just lots to tell.
You got any more you want to share?
Oh, just I don't know. We've done some amazing things, haven't we? Nothing amazing, really, but amazing to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big.
It's those little moments. I mean, I guess you come back to Big Brothers, Big Sisters, the little moments, but
Yeah.
can have such big impacts and have so many, like, special memories for you going forward. Relationships are just everything, aren't they?
Yeah, Georgia there were some tough days, like she would text me and I'd go round, and it was pretty tough at home. But we got stuck in, didn't we, and got through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even just the days that you'd come around and help me clean my room, they were so, like, it's, back to just the little things.
Just life skills
yeah.
for Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah. We came around and we cooked a meal at home. And
Yeah, made a few of them. Yeah, they were always good.
she's tried food, like we've introduced her to
Yeah.
all kinds of things.
Never tried kumara till I met you. I love kumara. It's my favourite
Yeah,
thing.
so do I.
So good. Yeah, just even just trying foods.
Yeah.
Just like little things I just hadn't been exposed to. Like obviously my dad ate them, but I was just like, no, take it away. But
And it's been lovely meeting her. We've met a lot of her friends through dance and
my friends will love you.
oh, do they? Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice.
They all think you're cool.
Yeah.
Coming
No,
around.
it's been really good.
Yeah.
Georgia's just amazing. And it's been the confidence that she's gained, and and a lot of it's her makeup as well. Like, she's so strong, and she's been through so much, and to see her get through that is pretty incredible.
More
Yeah.
than anyone
And-
should have to go through.
Yeah, and so we're really excited to see her spread her wings next year. And when she's just been at her house in the weekend, and when she left, Michael said we'll be there to support her all the way.
Yeah. So we sort of have a saying in the program that it's about mentoring's about walking alongside a young person, not telling them what to do, but just walk alongside them in their journey. Would you agree with with that's
Yeah.
what works, what you've done, how you've been, just sharing that journey.
Yeah.
But I knew, like, the first visit that I went to Georgia's place, that I just knew that it was going to work. I just had that feeling that we just hit it off straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think too, her dad was great to work alongside with, and I think that's quite an important part of the journey as well. It's nice to have the support of the parent. And Georgia's dad was always grateful for everything that we offered or did. He never ever said no, even if things, how it was never a punishment not to come to our house. It was, no matter what, Georgia was always at our place, and he was always just stepped back and was happy for me to come in and teach her all those things. And
Sounds great.
yeah, so that was really important, having him too.
Right.
Yeah.
Having his support behind it, which is important as part of the match.
Yeah,
isn't
it
it is
is.
now when I
Involves
think
the
about
parent
it.
and the caregiver. And
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he was
Sure.
just like,
Go be free.
I remember one day I went around and he said, "Girls' stuff, can you deal with that?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, I think it would always be good for parent support. And the worst thing is to punish a kid for, not, like, you've done this, you can't go out. Like, you're not looking to be a parent. Like, for a lot of kids, there'll be a parental role, but that's not their initial thought. That's not how the program works. It's just someone there with a lot of life skills who want to give that to the young kids. So,
Yeah, and
Definitely.
your dad didn't mind me coming to the house any time. Like, he was just come in, just do what you have to do.
yeah.
Yeah. So
He loved it. I think he also loved just, seeing it in person. So we never.
And also support for him, I'm sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because he was just doing the best he could, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Those
Trying
long
to-
hours.
he works
long
huge
truck driving
hours.
takes
Yeah.
a big toll on someone.
Yeah.
So I think just having that support of someone come in and actually, now with both me and my sister, have someone come in and teach what he would love to teach but couldn't, made that impact as well on him. It's like it definitely changed like home life a lot. Just him having the support, meant everything to him, I think.
So, your relationship with Francine had a broader impact.
Oh,
Because you
yeah.
talked about your friends as well. So
Oh yeah,
there's
my
obviously
friends
some
will think
impact
she's
there
the
as
best
well.
person ever.
Yeah.
I had like, I'd never really had like friends come over. Like they'd come over throughout the day, and like on a Saturday we would go do our thing. But having people like stay over wasn't much of a thing.
he came to our place, didn't he?
Yeah, it was exactly. Like,
Right.
one of my very first sleepovers that I got to like host, I guess you could say. Like, a couple of my
Always
friends
your
came
older,
over.
bit older, yeah.
And I think we made pizzas, watched Mamma Mia, got to like go have a little slumber party. It's made not just an impact on me, it's just changed everything. My whole family, my friendships. Just, it makes a really big impact. And sometimes it's not till it's finished that you see that, but it's still there, and they also appreciate it. So, yeah.
Well, that's great. Thanks
you
for
so
sharing
much.
it, and sort of a reminder to us about why we
Do what
this
we
work,
do. It is.
And hearing your stories just help us stay focused and motivated, right?
There are so many young people across the Motu who want and need mentors in their lives that don't have it. So we're really committed to this cause. So together we'll do what we can to increase our impact.
And I know when the time is right, Georgia will be a mentor, won't you?
I always want about it.
Yeah.
I want to get a little more stability.
Oh,
And then,
definitely, definitely.
I'll think
Absolutely.
about it. I'd
Yeah.
love to.
Yeah, you will be amazing when the time's right.
Yeah, absolutely love to.
Thank you so much. It's been amazing.